Lagos State yesterday allegedly were marginalized and targeted, have alleged rather marginalization and targeted disenfranchisement as they attempted to register in the ongoing continuous voter registration. The allegations followed viral videos on social media that made claims that Igbos in the Alaba International Market, Ojo, were attacked by hoodlums and the machine carted away while attempting to register at the local government office. The leadership of the market had earmarked yesterday as a closed market day to enable all eligible voters go to their respective local government areas office and register to vote or collect their permanent voters cards, PVC. Now, where the story broke, well, lots of reactions and counter reactions were seen on social media, and people were saying, some people were saying, look, this is not the first time that this has happened. Okay, why are people not learning? Why can't you go back to your states, your respective states, and register? All right, some others are saying, this is not the first time it's happening. In 2019, voters were allegedly, threatened, and someone even made threats of throwing them into the lagoon and all that stuff. So, are we really a united nation? That's the question. Because from where I stand, INEC has made it possible for people to vote irrespective of state of origin, so long as you are where you registered for, to get to vote. Okay? And it doesn't matter whether you're from the north or the south or the east, so long as you reside at a particular place at the time, you should be able to vote there. Why are we making it difficult for ourselves? Do you think that Nigerians should be made to go back to their respective states of origin to get registered and vote? What are your thoughts about this? Join me and let's talk. 09073530044 and 09087668888. All right, my guest will be joining us shortly. Samson Ojutalayo is going to be here. He's going to be sharing thoughts with us on this. All right. Now, all the arguments that we've seen is Nigerians don't really take serious things seriously. Some have said, if we had gotten to the point where, we had registered earlier, a lot of Nigerians had done the process earlier, we probably wouldn't have gotten to this point where people are alleging, marginalization. Say, for instance, that the people at the market, why did they have to wait until now? In fact, if the registration had closed as it was supposed to on the last day of May, they probably would have disenfranchised themselves. Okay? So why does it have to happen now? Why do we have to wait till the last minute before we get to start voting or get registered? The voter registration register opened in June or so last year. Nigerians didn't take it serious. Many people would pass registration points and not get registered. And now the deadline has come and is closing in, and people are all scampering and trying to go get registered now. While it's important that you still go and get registered, we really need to begin to take this thing seriously. Someone called in earlier to say a lot of Nigerians now have a reason to register, seeing as how their favorite people are coming out to contest. But then you should prepare yourself just in case. So what happens now that your favorite person has decided to come out or to contest and you don't have the voter's card? Preparation should be made ahead of time. Okay? In fact, this is a civic responsibility that every Nigerian who's come of, the voting age, that it's one that should be taken serious but everyone who has come of voting age. Why do we have to leave it until this time? Now, people are also saying that if this can happen during registration, where there seems to be sabotage, someone also mentioned, Peter Obi tweeted yesterday to say it seems like some parts of Nigeria, especially the southeast, there's a deliberate attempt to kind of not get people registered in that area? Why is all this happening? We hope to get reactions from INEC. But until then, let me hear from you. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. We're trying to get someone from INEC respond to us. Hopefully by Monday we should be able to get a response. Get someone to respond to all of these from INEC. But in the meantime, we are talking. Send me a message on 090-9705-4450. Now, the race also for the vice presidential candidate is getting heated. INEC has given 1 week for the presidential candidates to choose their running mates. This is still on the front burner. Where do you think it's going to come from? Join the conversation. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Paul. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good this morning.
Good to have you again.
I think they should even choose you as a victim now.
Say again?
Hello?
Yes.
I said you are even due for the PP, sir. Let them give it to you now.
To me, how?
I mean, you are a young person, and they are talking of let other people choose you or another person choose you now. Let's do it like that.
I beg. They say it's all people that have the power to manage this country. I beg. I don't have strength.
You have the power.
I do have strength. I do have strength, Paul. Don't come and put me in trouble. I don't have dollars. I don't have dollars to spend. Go ahead. Let's hear you, Paul.
My prince.
Sir.
You see, this topic that you're bringing up now is a very wonderful topic. And I want to say something. Now, with what is happening in Lagos, I'm not surprised because we know the situation in Lagos. Everything is about woodlands or agberos. And the process of electing a president has started. So I'm not surprised that it started. Somebody who always sponsor those kind of things to decentralize people or to disenfranchise people. Now, when you look at it, like what you said, I don't blame them. This process has been on for quite some time. What stopped us from collecting these people? When we are still making noise, at the beginning of this thing, when they started registering, why didn't we go out to collect it? Now we are doing it like we have jury time on our hands. And then this kind of thing will always happen because we are at the peak period of this campaign. And then people already, elections have been set, people are looking for who to vote. And whether we like it or not, the system is divided into regions now. So the only thing is that I just see my brothers, the Igbo from the other side. In fact, the majority of people who are in other regions are Igbos. They would have registered. If you can vote from where you are. You can vote from where you are, vote your candidate. And at the end of the day, if it is disenfranchise these people, we have majority of them that are living in Lagos, and then they are being attacked. Why? For what purpose? For what reason? Just because they want to do their civil rights or to register and vote for who they want to vote for. It's not about threatening all the time. Is the lagoon only in Lagos? Those are the things we should be looking at. And there are no other regions. And there are no answers in another region. And there are no Igbos in other regions. So we should not be bringing all these things. As if people will win president, except there's an extension of hands of friendship to the other region before you can be able. If you gather all the votes from your region, can you win? According to the electoral law, can you win? That's one thing I was also planning. I play my brothers too from the Igbos.
All right, Paul.
To one basket.
Okay, Paul.
You have to extend the friendship. Don't show hatred for any party. What you do is this, so that when it is your turn, you can extend, people can also extend that friendship to you. You don't show this open. You have Abga, you do not promote Abga to the other region. You see how this NPP and all those things, they extended it. We shouldn't be doing this at this crossroads. I've always had the thing, I've always had in my mind until tomorrow, I always bought a Southeastern. That is my own.
Thank you very much,
That is
Paul.
all because the
injustice,
and then there has to be equity and balance in this system.
All right.
Some people feel among. Some people feel that they are part of this country and they are part of the system. So we should not start doing it like that, attacking them in Lagos, attacking Igbo in Lagos. What now happened in the southeast? Would they start attacking the southwesterners?
Thank you, Paul.
This is uncalled for.
Appreciate you calling in, Paul.
At this age, we still condone this kind of thing. And then there are security, there are other systems that are supposed to be working. If these people are being attacked, there's something that INEC can do. They're supposed to go there, make sure that people want to register. The system is so, in fact, it's so tense now. So many little things that people will just cash in and do what they want to do.
Okay, Paul, thank you very much again.
We have a lot in our hands.
Thank you.
And for us who are already registered, we are ready to vote who we want. Let them be doing their thing as politicians. We know who we want to vote.
All right. Thank you again. Okay, so my guest is in the studio, Samson Ojutalaya, who is an economist and public affairs commentator, joining us this morning. Samson, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Prince, and good morning, Nigerians.
Yes, so I'm going to read Peter Obi's tweet, and he says, information reaching me indicates that the voter registration across Nigeria, more so in the southeast, is dogged by inertia and bureaucratic bottlenecks. I respectfully call on INEC to facilitate speedy registration of Nigerians to enable them exercise their voting rights. Peter Obi there. Now, there was a story that broke yesterday, allegations of how certain people, Igbo, of Igbo extraction, who went to register at Ojo, were somehow attacked by hoodlums and dispersed. Also a machine was taken, and some of them alleging that they spoke with INEC officials at a spot who told them, look, we were instructed not to register you. Hearing that and saying that, what first crossed your mind?
Right. Somebody once said, one of the presidential candidates, that he's ready to fight dirty. Now, the African elders have a saying that it doesn't matter how you kill your enemy, just make sure he's dead. Obi is a very potent adversary to the big contestant. So it doesn't matter how they want to defeat Obi, they just want him defeated. So now I blame the Easterners, that's our Igbo brothers, that why will they have to wait till now for them to come out? Now I realize something, most times they will say that East doesn't have votes, they don't. It's because the Igbos feel that they have nothing at stake. That is why they don't come out to vote. If you look at 2011 election, whereby when they begin to see a certain Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan as their own, check out the volume of votes, the numbers of votes that came out from Eastern Nigeria, then you will know that it's just a kind of voters' appetite that they had, that it's not as if they don't have the numbers. They have the numbers if you check the statistics. Now, what happened in Ojo, the way I see it, is that somebody is ready to win at all costs. And that is another mistake from because I'll keep blaming the Easterners that it is not enough for you to give us a very good candidate, arguably the best candidate among all the contestants now. But before now,
that's in your opinion.
In my opinion, and in the opinion of many, he is arguably, that is Peter Obi, is arguably the best candidate. But before now, what have you been doing? You need the voters card for a lot of things. You need it for recognition. If they ask you where's your ID, it is accepted. It is accepted everywhere in the country. Then you are now waiting for now before you start running to register. So somebody is desperately in need of power, and he can do anything. He has told you he's ready to fight dirty, and you are not expecting this. You should be ready for anything. Now, let's look for the solution. The solution is the Easterners should behave like we, the Northerners. Go back to your place and register. No matter the cost, go back to your village and register. Because why? It is my territory. One of the things that my father was telling me when I was very young, and as a young guy, you tend to fight here and there. He told me, he said, never you go to somebody's house to go and fight him. Now, Lagos on paper may be a no man's land, but on ground, Lagos belongs to somebody. Lagos belongs to some set of people. If we have to divide Nigeria, Lagos will go to a particular region of the country. So you can't tell me Lagos is no man's land. Now, for you to win appropriately, if you don't want your result, your numbers to be manipulated, you need to go back to your village like we, the Northerners, do. We go back to our place to go and register. So that way you will know that you are putting your money where your mouth is.
Now, speaking of going back to your place or your state of origin to register, look at the economy. Look at the economy. Things are really hard. How do you expect Nigerians who are looking for the next meal, who are trying to, who cannot even afford the next meal, to travel all the way to their states of, say for instance, I live in the FCT and you expect me to travel all the way to Imo State, for instance, okay, to go and get registered. And then after registration, I come back. And then during the elections, because I want to vote, I also travel, not forgetting that the roads are bad. Secondly, there's a lot of insecurity. People cannot even guarantee, are not even guaranteed their safety when they travel on the roads. They're either kidnapped or killed on their way. All of that put together, does it even make sense? Should Nigerians be talking about regionalism and state of origin at this point in our current life, national life, where people are looking for how we can completely erase, the issues of state of origin and just talk about Nigerians and Nigerians. If you're Nigerian, you're Nigerian. No issue of, state of origin, because people have said that's one of the issues that have divided us so much. The state of origin, the region, and all that stuff. Someone even said, look, the first thing that any reasonable president should do is to remove any such nuances that divide us. State of origin, geopolitical zones, all of that stuff should be removed, completely abrogated and even abolished. Looking at all of these indices, I mean, the insecurity, the economy and all, what does the average Nigerian, how does the average Nigerian get himself registered now that we're seeing situations where so if this happens in, say for instance, is allowed to continue in Lagos as alleged, and the southeast decides to do the same, and the north decides to do the same, or the northeast or northwest decides to do the same, what would be the fate of the many Nigerians who want to really, really perform their civic responsibility?
You see, you've given me too many questions to answer, but I'll try my best.
I'm sorry about that.
I'll be attempting the questions one after the other. Those that speak English says that when there is a will, there is a way. Mm-hmm. So if there's insecurity, economy is bad, in Nigeria as it is now, as it stands now, an average Igbo man does not beg. An average Igbo man is ready to do anything to get money, maybe legal or illegal, but at least to make ends meet. But they are not beggars. Meaning, as it stands in Nigeria, the standard of living of an average Igbo man is higher than relatively other region. Relatively. Now, what I'm trying to say is this: if you want to travel and you're desperately in need of these things, you can make it happen. That is number one. When the Abuja airport was shut down, within 1 month, the government fixed the Abuja-Kaduna road. Within 1 month that the road was used, there was no issue of kidnapping or banditry or whatever. Now, if the Igbo extraction of Nigeria are ready to make this happen, what they need to do is to, I'll stay with insecurity, is to make sure that the road is secured from at least Agbo to the last place, maybe Arochukwu in Abia State, to the last part of the eastern Nigeria. Now, they can the security vote that they were given, what do they do with it? The ESN that is asking everybody to stay at home, IPOB, this is the time that, okay, please come and get yourself registered and ensure that you cast your vote. Now that's one side of it, where when I say where there is a will, there is a way. That's one side. They're coming to the other side of saying this is 21st century. The thing is this: the northerners that is churning out huge figures to tell you that they have the population. How do you think they do it? They go to their place to go and register. So the way they are doing it, you also play the game the way they are playing it. Don't say you cannot make it happen. You are richer than them. So why can't the Easterner do it the way they are also doing it and getting results?
We have a caller here. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning once again, my friend.
Thank you, Ayomide, for joining us.
Yeah, good morning to the guests in the house.
Good morning, sir.
What happened? Ayomide, call back, please. Seems like the network did you in. Do well to call us back. Now, just so we know, have a feel of what's happened yesterday, I'm going to try to play one of the videos that's surfaced online, so you hear. That was just a bit of the chaos that was witnessed, yesterday in Ojo, Lagos, and people were scampering. Now, the police also, made a statement to say, well, it's not just about, it's not it shouldn't be colored, given any ethnic coloration. That people had come out in large chunks, at large numbers at the same time to voting units, and when people gather in such crowds, all sorts are expected. We'll be talking about that in a bit. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, it's me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the guests in the house are taking very well, but something has happened. Nobody will add this and be happy with it. As I am, when I watched it yesterday, so amazing. I was so mad about it. But when we are discussing on radio like this, we discuss about the solution. What would be best to do? Normal, we should not be sentiment on whatever we are discussing. Yes, everybody knows what is happening. Then we know what is happening. Like Ojo Alaba you are talking about. I am a Lagosian. I live in Lagos more than 37 years before coming to Abuja. So I think Ojo Alaba you are talking about, I see what is happening. What do normally happen there? It's not what we discuss on phone. It's not what we discuss on the radio. We know what is happening. We know things that are supposed to be done. The only thing is for us to urge the government to do the right thing, or the people to do the right thing, or the people, for that there won't be an issue of blackmailing. Everybody has right to register, to vote whatsoever you want to vote, because there are civil rights for us to do. Then once something of programs are coming, let us get to the genesis and the problems of this of the genesis and the issues of this problem, not taking it from the top. That's something that comes back. Something will around those things. We have not investigated to get one warrant, one leaks to such things. Because Ojo Alaba is talking about, my prince, it's just like Igbo land. That nobody can, I'm telling you, nobody can go in there and start humiliating anybody. Igbo there. You can't try it. You dare not try it. People that are there, I know what I'm saying, I'm just cutting it. People that are there, you cannot even go there and try anything wrong like that. So let us get to this matter. Let's investigate very well and get the facts before we start making a judgment. Thank you very much. That's my take.
Thank you so much for calling Ayomide. Now, let's read the statement by the Lagos spokesperson of the Lagos State Police Command, Superintendent Benjamin Hundeyin, who said, first, this wasn't about Igbos. These are the true facts behind the trending videos. The entire Alaba International Market decided to close the market to enable the traders register for their PVCs. A phased closure would have been better. Consequently, the Ojo local trying to get more of it now. It says the Ojo local government's venue of the registration was besieged by a mammoth crowd. The situation was made worse by the fact that only one registration terminal was working. One of the people who came for the registration made trouble and was challenged by those around. Going by simple probability, the attacker or the attacked is very likely to be Igbo. They were simply large in number. However, given the incident, ethnic coloration would not help matters. The entire episode lasted a few minutes. Sadly, recordings from these few minutes are still traveling far and wide. Normalcy has since returned, and the divisional police officer there is fully in charge of the security situation. Again, speaking of how quick we are to give ethnic colorations and religious colorations to every issue in this country. still speaking of our division. I've seen people on social media say, wait, this should be an opportunity since the Southeast has a presidential candidate, the Northeast has one, or the North has one, the Southwest has one. Why don't we try having a regional government? We'll talk about that shortly. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
I greet you special. Your face show your shoe shine, Mr. Ian Acho.
Your teeth white. Good morning to you, Ringtone.
Hey, Ian Acho, my belly is sweet.
Ringtone, why your belly is sweet?
You mean my brothers in Alabama can shut down so that they can go and get PVC? Now their day they break. Something they should have done since. Now their eye they clear. Anyway, it's never too late. It's a good thing. That's what I've been saying every time I call on the radio. Let us get our PVC. See, Ian, I must commend you for something. You have been bringing your guests on the program. You see, this one you brought today, God will bless you. I even want to ask him, is this person really a northerner? Because he's even advising and pointing out loopholes, things that we should do and things we should not do. Look, the best thing, everybody go to your place, state of origin or whatever, and get PVC. I think that's the best thing. So once you are seeing the results, you see if a Kano has 6 million, a small state like Imo State too will have like 3 million because everybody came back home. Because that's the only way. Now, are you saying this election, the voting that happened in Lagos, the Igbos will not be disenfranchised? They will. Already. You're already seeing how they are trying to stop them and all that. There's already chaos. There will be chaos at that point in time. We know. So it's a good thing. Let everybody go home. He said it rightly. They have the money. They are living at home. They are not poor people per se. At least they are average. Let them go home and get their PVCs. Let them risk it. It's a risk worth taking. Because this risk is to help our future, make it better for our children and children's children. Let them go and get their PVCs. That's the only power they have. And that's the only power we have.
All right.
I'm not saying it's only the Igbos that will vote for whoever. But then, everybody, you Yorubas, go to your place, get your PVC. Even the households like this, go there and get your PVC. And when it's time to vote, let us vote. Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you very much, Ringtone. The conversation continues. Keep it here with us. We'll be talking shortly about, all of these issues that we have raised this morning. We'll get a little deeper into them. My guest is still here, sharing thoughts with us. Keep it here.
Calling me a monster, calling.
Make some noise. One more time.
Hey, yo, what's up? Yo, it's the Kid 50 Cent.
Hey, what up? This Chris Brown.
What's up, y'all? This is Eminem.
Yeah, what the deal? This is Nas.
You're listening. 102.3 Eagles FM.
Eagles.
Yeah, that's us.
Cause we play
This.
I'll be a Zumba. I know they don't want me the money to come my
102.3.
Long weekend. At last.
In this holiday lockdown, my body got rid of them toxins.
Who's ready for winter? Woo! Nobody? Me either.
102.3.
Eagles 102.3.
Eagles.
Follow us on Instagram.
Sounds like this.
Eagles 102.3.
Drive all day.
The hits for your drive home.
Eagles 102.3.
All your favorite music.
I listen non-stop.
All my favorite music. I listen every day.
This is the home.
Eagles.
More variety.
102.3.
Your station for today's R&B and old school.
Non-stop hits.
Eagles 102.3.
Abuja.
Your number one radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja. Radio is an experience. Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja.
Your number one radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja.
Don't even know what the day is. So weekend.
Eagles 102.3.
Giving the gift of hit music.
Yeah! Let's go! Hey, this is Justin Bieber and Mariah Carey.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Girl, get it.
You get me going.
All day.
All day. All day.
On Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
We all need that friend who is our unpaid therapist that we yearn to talk to every day. Look no further.
Call me up, talk to me about your day. I'm right here and I am listening to you.
We are going to celebrate our new baby girl. My day was not that very okay because of...
Join Kemi Michael on A Cobble for Your Thoughts every weekday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM.
Tune in to a breath of fresh air. It's all fun and games until it gets extra and better. 102.3 Extra, weekdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with OJ. Cheers to something new.
Eagles Morning Rise. Eagles Morning Rise with
Hannah Prince. And it's 15 minutes before the top of the hour, 10. We're talking this morning targeted or alleged targeted disenfranchisement. We're looking at all the angles to this conversation this morning. Thank you to the callers. You can keep your calls coming, 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. My guest this morning is Mr. Samson Ojutalayo, who is an economist and public affairs commentator, joining us this morning. I'll bring in a caller before we get back with my guest. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my friend. This is Paul calling back.
Paul, quickly, please. You have 1 minute.
Yes, I don't like what your analyst is saying, but I want to say something here. You see, this is my own opinion. This is not a governor's election, it's a presidential election. So you need vote across the country. So what the Igbos are doing in Lagos, I like it, though it's coming late, very late. And how they are doing it, you close down the whole market and you are doing it in the same place. You have your places where you stay within the Lagos. Those are polling units that are cut across the Lagos. If you concentrate on Alaba or concentrate on Ojo, why don't you think that disenfranchisement will also be done on the election day? On that same particular, is it specific that the people dominated or any other tribe dominated? I feel they should have voted in their various polling units around their residence where they stay, not at the market where they concentrate in one place. You can't shut down the whole market and then you want to register in that same place. What is happening now will be repeated on the election day. So they need the vote across the country. If people are in Lagos, vote from Lagos. Peter Obi will have numbers if that's what they want to support. If that's who they want to support, you will have some numbers from Lagos. But if they all go back to the southeast and register from there and vote from there, what would the number look like? Those are the issues we are looking at. What would the number look like? So in every state where they are, they should register, but decentralize it. Don't go and concentrate in one place because the system as it is, you have to be sensitive enough to do what the system is doing.
Okay.
That's what is happening.
Thank you.
As for us, like what your guest is saying, that's one good thing about the North. It's happening in the North. Everybody comes to, because as it is now, if you jump to the North, they will vote in block. But as it is now, have you seen the number that welcome? Did you see the number of those that welcome construction in Lagos? Most of them, they register. They are with their PDC. Some of them will keep numbers. Some of them will remain there and vote in Lagos, so that the number will be cut across the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Paul just brought up a very, very important, aspect of this conversation. You need to win, a majority in all of the geopolitical zones. Or the
but
regions,
he countered himself. If you listen to him, he countered himself. He said, in the north, this guy is a northerner like me. So he said, in the north, that's what we do. But he initially he said he doesn't like what I'm saying. You don't have to like what I'm saying. I'm telling you, see, as an economist, I deal with facts and figures. So I don't just talk. I talk facts. I talk figures. So I'm telling you what is obtainable, and you are saying you don't like it. Well, you don't have to like it, but that is what is obtained everywhere. So you are telling me we should stay where we are and vote. But meanwhile, your own people, which I'm also my own people, go back to base to go and do it and get the result.
But some of them would stay back in Lagos to vote because they also need to ensure that numbers come from that region.
The thing is this: when the taste of palm wine changes, that is African elders speaking. They said when the taste of palm wine changes, the drinking pattern also changed with it. Now the truth is this: the taste of palm wine have changed, the political dynamics have changed. So the way we do it must also change. We can't keep doing the same thing.
Now, but speaking of going back to your base, this is one of the reasons it's easy for the civil war to break out. I mean, because everybody was in one place, everybody kept going back. Going back to our place. The Igbos went back to the southeast, and before you know it, there was a civil war that we could not even manage until after 3 years.
Well, you must have a fortress. Now, the thing is this: the Northerners that always win and decide the future of this country, what they do is that they have a fortress from which they launch from. So what we are saying is make the Eastern Nigeria a fortress. So every other minute numbers that couldn't travel home, we now give the figures, and some people that have been convinced that Obi is the answer or your candidate is the answer, we now be the one to give you the other figures that you will need to buttress what you get from your base. But not that
Interesting. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. What's your name?
Bushman.
Bushman, good to have you here. Go ahead, sir.
I want to get one question or two. Did the law permit that the law say that everybody should go to his region to register?
No.
Or did the law allow everybody to register where they are?
Well, the law allows you to register where you
anywhere
where you are,
where you're going to vote.
But your results can be manipulated when it is not your base.
You have answered my question. You remove that board. we should not preach bad news.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not supporting the statement they give there at Lagos. So what I am saying that if the whole Igbo go to Igbo, the whole Northerner go to Northern, the whole West go to Northwest, and vote for their people, they will not win. The vote will spread across the country. Let us allow peace. Your guy's name is something.
Yes.
He said he comes from the north.
Yes.
I'm a Christian from Mid Belt. Christians in the north are third-class people.
How do you say so? Nobody's in third class.
Truth.
Nobody's second class.
Is this not our country?
We're all Nigerians. Nobody's second class to anybody.
Sir. The problem we have is that we deny the truth so that people may value us. I don't do that. I am from Kogi. I still maintain mid-belt. Calling me Northerner is like calling me a slave. Because I know what they practice. Not all Northerners go to North to register. If we register here in the North, during the exercise, they select names. We know what is happening now. What North is doing, they are not winning, they are manipulating.
Bushman, that's a very strong allegation.
We should be speaking into their face.
Now, let me react to what you're saying.
Thank you very much for calling.
Bushman, for you to rig election, the margin must be very close. But if the margin is like heaven and earth, rigging is impossible. You get the reason why Hausas, the Northerners, why they are able to rig is that they have a wide margin of difference in their enclaves. So they can manipulate. After all, you have no figures. But if you have 100, I have 99, it will be difficult for you to read because I'm following you bumper to bumper. But if you're having 100 and I'm having 10, I can do anything as after all you are not with the number. So, and that will affect you because your 10 will be coming from one polling unit, 2 from another polling unit, 0 from another way, so some place. So the ones that are 0, I will just pack everything and give it to myself. So that way, instead of me to lead you by 90, I'll be leading you by even 200, because in the final analysis, I will have manipulated the other areas which you have no base.
We're out of time. Fusha here says, I love the angle that you picked the conversation from, and I read the police report yesterday, and it doesn't have anything to do with tribal issues. Imagine a full market closed down to do registration. Imagine the number of people that will be at the venue at the time, and when they got there, it was only one machine that was working. I think some cases like this, we call yourselves educated. They should have written to INEC to inform them that a large number of people are coming so they can prepare for them. Samson Ojutalayo is my guest this morning, an economist and public affairs commentator. Thank you so much for your thoughts on the program this morning.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And please, Nigerians, we should stay united and stay as one people. Now, don't let anything or anyone divide us. Aside from ethnicity, we also have religious issues that are cropping up every now and then, especially during